Of seconds, the lights will go out and the Phillip Island Grand Prix will begin.
The VTR on pole position in front of his teammate Sire and Nelson in third place. Right, that device is activated and we are away at Phillip Island. And it looks like VTR's got the jump, but Nelson's got a really strong start. As they head into turn one, it's going to be Craig. You know, it's not. It's going to be DJX around the outside. These three go into turn two, and it's going to be VTR who holds firm at the front. Oh, Nelson, what's happened to Nelson? Is he fine? Yeah, he's fine. But DJX hits the front for the first time. The Suzuki rider takes the lead in the race. Oh, VTR makes a mistake. He runs to the curve, now into turn four. Everyone survived so far. VTR's going to run wide. He's going to force Nelson with him, sort of similar to like top rack and Lowe's, where Lowe's went down and forced off and caused top rack to crash. And now, oh my lord, what's going on? And VTR getting close to the curve now. But DJX's fifth, Sire's now second. VTR's in third. He's got Legendary making a great start. He's in fourth. Jack Berman's with him. Nelson, no, he's not. Nelson's going to go on the side of the pyramid today. He said, wow. Nelson moves up into fourth place. Legendary is now into fifth. And oh, and Howley hits the back of Jack and he goes through just about. That was very hairy stuff. And Jack goes back through and Howling forces his way through. That was very Howling like. That's the aggression that we usually see from Dutchman. As Sire takes the lead from DJX using the power that probably outbraking him through MG and into the following corner. Out the final corner now. Surely the Ducati is going to be faster down the home straight. As Howling and Jack Berman continue to make contact, and that Yamaha is going to be sit and duck down the straight, but he's actually going to just about hold on to it. As DJX runs wide through turn one, and now it's a Ducati 1-2, but DJX is going to be like maybe Alex Rins to be really strong through turn two, use that Suzuki to turn, but just couldn't, he just didn't have the right line. It's Craig and Howling now making contact, and Howling holding off for a runner-up in the championship as Jack Berman goes, oh, Craig hits the grass, and Jack Berman going to go up the inside into Stoners, now into the Honda Hef, and we saw Craig have a few problems to this corner, running quite hot, and Howling runs quite hot. Two of them go side by side out of the corner. It's going to be Howling going to use the inline fours acceleration advantage, but Howling's gone down at Siberia. The previous race winner has gone down at Siberia. That could be big for the championship. As Sire's got a half-second lead over VTR. VTR makes a big mistake on the exit of the Hayshed, and that's going to allow DJX to be right behind, and that brings Howling into Nelson into the fight for the podium as well. Into the MG Hef, and DJX had a massive wobble in the front. VTR using a lot of inside curve there. DJX running a really wide line. That's maybe how Sire was able to go up the inside on the previous lap round. But around the final corner they go. VTR holding on to second place. He's got the Bologna bullet, which will be able to fend off the Suzuki down the straight quite easily. As we go into turn one once more. Third time, and DJX is going to run hot again. And that's Nelson up the inside, but DJX has got enough of an advantage to hold on to third place for now. But Nelson's looking really strong. Sire's gone down. Sire's gone down, and so is Legendary. Legendary's followed him as well. That now promotes Craig and Jack into the top five, and that also promotes Nelson into the podium places. And Legendary and Howling making contact as well as Legendary rejoins the circuit. Back at the front, VTR takes the lead once again after losing it on the opening lap. As Fadley and Jack Berman now make contact with each other, and Fadley moves inside the top five. And Fadley just holding off any attack that the RC16 could give back. But it's been 3 laps, already been action packed, but these three are the main protagonists at the front. But keep an eye on Craig in the background, don't be surprised if he starts to mount a later charge, which it seems, he did say the starts are his main issue. It's what's costing his chance of victory in both races last weekend. Just not, whether it's just a lack of aggression or just being really unlucky. For some reason he just loses positions in the opening lap, and that's all it takes for him to lose that chance of victory, because I've no doubt in my mind he's got the pace to win this. And Nelson running the outside curve there, sitting the bike up, just making sure he doesn't go down, not riding there, he's in a podium place here, there's no reason to take any sort of stupid risks here. But he's in fight, he's only 9 tenths away from the race lead so far, so 6 laps remaining. All to play for these three, but VTR might just be starting to eke out a small gap here as Nelson runs quite wide through Miller hairpin. Oh, and that's Fadley running really wide through Miller hairpin and dropping down to 6th place. And Sire, who's the fastest man on circuit, could be raging at himself for that mistake. Sire easily could be a champion this season. He's made too many mistakes in these opening 3 races. We'll be hoping to bounce back at Chang. Back at the front. Gaps are starting to spread as DJX has gone down at MG. Big mistake by the Frenchman there. It was going so well for him, and unfortunately, just again like Austria, he's in a good podium place and he's just lost the front. That will now promote Jack Berman to 4th. Bradley is now 5th, but for how long? As Sire is in the slipstream, to pull alongside, get more slipstream, but this is surely a formality. What's happened to Craig? What happened to Craig? Why is Craig's... Oh no, he's not lagged out, has he? Oh no. Oh no, that is... that is frustrating. He will be absolutely fuming at that. He had a podium place in his hands, and it's all gone away through no fault of his own. But Sire is now through on Fadley, but Fadley attacks straight away, and he's lost the front doing so. And that Nelson's gone down as well. That Craig should be 2nd place right now, but that now promotes Jack Berman into 2nd place. Sire's back in the podium places. DJX could be back on for a podium here if he has enough pace. But VTR out in front. Got a 5-second lead. This is his to lose now. Hard on the brakes into MG. Just going to think that Sire is going to find his way through very soon within the next lap or so. Down the straight, going 340k an hour, 360k an hour according to the speedometer. I don't believe they're going 360. Probably like more like 330, 340. You see, Sire's got a lot more confidence in the speed in the GP22 as Nelson's come down again, and Nelson's gone. Nelson will be absolutely furious with himself, but here comes Sire up the inside into the Miller hairpin, and he's back into 2nd place. And should Vito not make a mistake, this is where he shall finish, unless obviously Sire makes a mistake himself. But it's a good salvage job from Sire. 2nd place, he didn't get a podium at all last weekend, so we're going to make sure he brings this home so he can get his championship back on track. Howling in 6th place, so it's not what he'd be hoping for at all. No, we've got to keep an eye on that gap between Jack and DJX. Who is going to take the final podium spot in this race? Gap's currently 1.3, it's 1.4 seconds. At 3 laps is just over 4 tenths a lap. So it's going to be a hard job because £3 one of the fastest circuits in the world. It's really hard to close that amount of time in fast circuits like this because there's not much where you can gain time. But this is doing that's only 1.1 seconds. He's closing in on Jack. This could be a last lap attack for Frenchman to get back on the podium. Oh no, no, he's gone. He's gone down. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he just hit a bump or something. I don't know. But that now promotes Fadley into 4th and Howling into 5th, and that does consolidate Jack's chances of a podium. He's just got to stay on the thing. And it's a return to the podium for Jack Berman. After leaving last season, he could be back to podium ways. He was close to the podium last weekend. He was running inside the podium places at one stage until he fell down. But he's got a full second gap over Fadley in 2 laps. He's just got to bring it home. He just be absolutely kicking himself. He's closing in. The chance of the podium was getting there, but just pushed that maybe a little bit too hard, maybe. Alan's going to be another top 5 finish. But he's going to be sacrificing a lot of points here. 9 points to be exact. No, he won't. No, he won't. It'll be fewer points than that as Fadley's gone down. Now he'll be sacrificing 7 points. So he's got the championship lead. So VTL championship lead will increase from 1 point to 11 points, with Howling moving into 2nd place after Craig's disconnection. But you just got to figure Craig hadn't disconnected, he probably would have finished 2nd place again in this race. Just cruel misfortune for Craig there. DJX. So used to VTR on the Suzuki. DJX really going round the outside of Fadley as VTR now crosses the line to start the final half of the race. And DJX is through on Fadley, getting back inside the top 5 places. But Fadley has got a Honda. He's on a V4. That bike will be faster in straight line than the Suzuki. Here we go in the slipstream. Pulling to the right. Can Fadley tack into turn 1? No, he can't. Into turn 2. We'll just have a little bit more front end on that Yamaha. Sorry, Suzuki. My head's going all over the place here. I think if he can just hold off Fadley tack into turn 4, all should be well for him. Here we go. DJX is extremely defensive and holds off Fadley for now. There's still a few corners to go, but he really got he's wide through Siberia. He's wide through Siberia, but I just think he's going to hold off Fadley once more. But you got to think, I'm thinking like MG, maybe Lucky Heights again, because just maybe not like a bit of confidence and Lucky Heights potentially could happen. But we're going to go back to the race leader, the championship leader. VTR is going to take his 2nd victory in 3 races and stamps his authority on the championship. He takes an 11.
Let's go.
11 points, sorry.
Amazing.
Yeah, sorry, 11-point lead in the championship. Sire, his teammate, finishes 2nd for Catanova 1-2, just about finishing with fuel remaining. Jack Berman is 3rd, and Howling Siege takes 2nd place in the championship, finishing in 4th place. DJX is 5th as Fadley has crashed. He's crashed in the final sector. It's probably MG, I'd imagine. But he's gone down. Legendary. He's going to finish in 6th with Fadley in 7th. That is your top 7. VTR in 1st, Sire 2nd, Jack 3rd, Howling 4th, DJ 5th. His first race on Repsol Honda, let's see how he does. Probably still win, but let's see. And we are away. It's a great start for the Repsol Hondas. Good to turn 1, Jack Berman goes flying into the wall. And he's gone down, no surprise there. But it is going to be a Repsol Honda 1-3, maybe 1-2 at the end of the straight, we'll see. Flat out in front of it, and Vito goes round outside of Nelson. Hard on the brakes, Nelson is going to go in between the 2 Ducatis and moves into 2nd place. Yes, he does. Oh, that's Legendary going really well. I have no idea what's happened there, some lag for sure, but it is going to be VTR who is in 2nd place, Howling is in 3rd. And that is, that's one of the Zukis. That's DJX going up the inside of Ghost Beach, but Ghost Beach retakes the place. Ghost Beach looking up the inside of Howling. He's going to go round the outside of Ghost Beach, takes 4th place, and Nelson sweeps up to the inside of the RC16 and moves into 5th. And gets to the curb and just about stays on the bike. Great stuff there by all three of these riders. Good racing. And Nelson sort of run a little bit wide, and that's going to allow Ghost Beach to take 5th place. But Nelson cuts underneath as Ghost Beach had to sits up the bike. The Howling, he's 11 points behind VTR. He needs to try and get in front of him to make sure that gap doesn't get too big. Indeed, it's in 4th place and he loses the front end. VTR's run really wide through the final corner, but has not lost too much ground. And Nelson now closing in on DJX. He's going to be in the slipstream of the Suzuki. The contact between Siren, Jack, Ghost Beach, and VTR and Legendary goes side by side. We're getting all the names wrong today. Legendary goes up the inside of Ghost Beach, and Legendary's completely butchered that. Thankfully, none of them have gone down, and they both survived. Sire goes in front of Jack Berman. Home finishes the podium last race. Now they're down in 8th and 9th, just how quickly things can change. Nelson making a bit of a mistake there, getting too close to the back of DJX, forcing himself to run quite wide. Make sure he doesn't fall victim to the bumps, but he stayed on. DJX has run wide, Nelson's going all underneath and takes the Suzuki. We've run on the curve again, and to the good round the outside, he takes the lead. Oh, it takes 4th place. Ghost Beach has gone down in the background there. Did he hit the curb or what? But he's gone down. Nelson going up the inside of DJX into this one. This is a very tough move to make, and he's just about forced his way through. Thankfully, neither of them have gone down. Nelson holding his ground, and he moves into 4th place. But can DJX fight back into the final corner? I'm not surprised if he tries. He's right on the back of him. He's right on the back of him. He's going to run wide. Nelson's run quite wide, and Legend's run even wider. But DJX just can't. You see the acceleration difference between the two bikes. Through turn 1, hard on the gas for Nelson. Well, I can say VTR. But Nelson now pulls a small gap over DJX for the braking zone. So Kenny closing on his former teammate and his fellow Dutchman Howling Siege, who's actually lost sight of VTR. VTR doing the best he can. 2nd place really is the best position he could hope for. With flat out in front. We'll just keep an eye on the background there because DJX hasn't lost too much ground to Howling. He's only 6/10, so just keep an eye. But VTR now just nearly at the 1 second point to Howling.
My right height is stuck down.
Oh, DJX has gone down. He's gone down at the final corner. And Legendary and Siam will move up places. And Nelson is getting ever closer to the back of that M1. Just 6/10 away. Oh, Howling wants to take a very wide line. He's going to try and use I think he's going to try and use the torque of that M1 to just pull a little bit of a gap, as much of a gap as possible on this straight, because obviously at the end of this straight the Yamaha will be closed in on. Whoa! And Howling's a big moment to the front there, getting quite close to the curve. That small mistake just meant VTR is now got a 1.1 second gap over him, and Howling is really fallen into the clutches of Nelson now. Nelson's just going to bide his time, wait for the opportunity to strike, because Legendary is overtaken by Sire. Through turn 8. I'm probably not really sure the corner numbers here, because double corners sometimes count as 1, some don't. I'd count that as turn 8 or turn 9. I think Nelson has just got to set this up through turn 1, try and get the best exit possible. Again, the slipstream with the M1 and pull alongside and make the overtake into turn 3. Obviously easier said than done, but look at the power of the Honda. Losing a 2 tenths per second, but outbraking Howling is quite a difficult thing to do. Nelson's right on the back of the M1, sits the bike off. I just think that the talk has just stated that Yamaha to just hold the Honda off. Oh, he's going to go around the outside onto the curb, and that's nearly ended in disaster for Paradum. Platt's gone down, Where's he gone down? He's gone down to the double right. Has he had a big enough gap to hold the lead? No, he's not. VTR holds. Goes into the lead for the first time this race. Now he's going to let Howling back through after that really aggressive move that forced him onto the curb. That really caused him to crash. Also going to force his way through underneath. And that is it's still aggressive. It's a better move than before. Howling left a little gap and he took it. And now we go to the front. Can VT a hold off Platt? 4 laps to do so. Into turn 1. This could be the difference in the championship. Offside's gone down. All of Vito's nearest championship contenders in 4th place. Because Platt on the inside. It's going to run really hot. And Vito's going to take back the position. The Platt will have more acceleration. Force the slipstream. He's going to go up the inside into turn 4. His line's going to be tighter. Vito can undercut him. Can he attack into turn 5? No, that little bit of contact has just been enough for Platt to be able to hold firm at the front. Oh, Legendary's gone down. Seems like that Suzuki's just hard to, when they're pushing as hard as they are, it's just hard to keep it on 2 wheels for some strange reason. So it's the pre-penultimate lap of this race, 3 laps to go. Nelson looks to be in a good place for a podium. Having to overtake Nelson, Howling twice. Both very aggressive moves, but the second one just about clean enough. He'll be really annoyed with himself. 7th place. He might be able to just about steal 6th at the end here, but he'll be really kicking himself, you know. Easily could have been on the podium in all 4 races this season, but only coming away with 1 podium in 4 races after the strong end to the season he had last in season 8. He will be really kicking himself over this. And he's going to have some work to do to try and retake the championship leaders. Djex has got himself a long lap penalty. That he's going to he's going to serve and be in between Jack and Sire, so Sire could be on for a top 5 finish here. He just goes up the inside of Jack Berman, through here. Oh, he's gone down, the contact's caused him to crash, and Sire's going to take the profit from that and moves into 5th place. And Djex leaves the session due to that crash, but now to the penultimate lap of this race. Black with a 1.5 second lead. This is probably the smallest gap that he has had at this stage of a race in quite a long time. If he can just hold on for 2 laps, it could be returned to the podium for Nelson. Currently 2.5 seconds away from VTR in 2nd place. Oh, sire. What? Oh, sire, what have you done? Sire, he's crashed and he's now in last place. He's not in last place because Gross Beach will have to take his long lap penalty, but it's a real head scratcher what's going on with Sire at the moment. It seemed like at the end of the last season he had fixed his crashing, but he he's back to his old ways. And Gross Beach is going to go underneath his teammate, through the corner, be a real opportunist and get him through, but Jack's going to fight back immediately. There's no way he gets that stopped. And Gross Beach has gone down. Guess that's going to make it sick. Didn't expect that. But it's the final lap of the race. Platt, barring any sorts of drama, is going to win this race by 2.5 seconds at minimum. You know, fuel camp is a real problem here, so I imagine you'd be seeing some power 1s or some power 2s being used in places where you usually should be using higher mappings. It's been a return really you'd expect from Platt. First place is, well, you wouldn't expect anything else really, would you? And Legendary's gone down. And that map broke Jack Berman inside the top 5, it will. And Siren to 6th place. Legendary was so close to his first top 5 finish in Division 1. That's as if he just isn't working for some strange reason. But Platt comes to the final corner, round the hairpin, and he will win the 4th race of the season. BTR extends his championship lead, finishing in 2nd place, and Nelson returns to the podium in 3rd. Howling will finish in 4th, 2 4th places, so some good consistency, but just not the places he needs for his championship, but he will be 2nd in the standings after this race. Jack Berman, 5th place for him after all the crash that's gone on behind him. Sire, 6th place for him, and it is going to be Legendary who will finish in 7th, with Ghost Beach in 8th.
While the riders enjoy